and gentlemen, Professor Christensen, dear clients. Today I would like to inform you about the importance of the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, also known as FCPA. I have structured my presentation in the following way. At first I'm going to talk a little bit about what the Foreign Practices Corrupt Act is. After that I'm going to explain how it can be violated. After that I'm going to talk a little bit about the international equivalent, also known as the OECD, which is the Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development. After that, I'm going to evaluate how effective the FCPA and also the OECD is. And last but not least, I'm going to explain the effects on the accounting profession. The Foreign Practice Corrupt Act, also known as FCPA, was enacted in 1977 by the SEC, because the SEC found that more than 400 businesses in the US were engaging in corrupt activities. Those corrupt activities were any transactions, payments of that sort to foreign government officials to have a business advantage in the individual country. The results of this act were to improve the image of the US businesses worldwide. It reduced corruption to a minimum within the US and abroad. How do you violate the FCPA? Due to the FCPA, the following things are illegal. Any corrupt payments, transactions, or even material gifts that can make you an advantage as a US business in other countries. For example, if McDonald's would pay Saudi Arabia certain payments to have an advantage over Burger King. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development is basically the international equivalent of the FCPA. It was initiated by the United States of America in 1997. The reason for that being is that with the FCPA, corruption was reduced between US countries and foreign other international countries. But whenever there would be corruption going on between countries that did not involve the US, there would be essentially a loophole which the United States found unfair. So this was fixed with the OECD. It was implemented in 1987. As of now, there is more than 40 countries involved in this. Are the FCPA and the OECD effective? Experts, economic experts, and business experts are kind of in a little bit fight about this, but one thing is sure, it is definitely beneficial for US companies because the corruption is reduced to the minimum worldwide, which makes American corporations essentially have the competitive advantage because they have the framework of the FCPA and the OECD already implemented in their business plans, which doesn't cost them any entry barriers anymore. So a new entry barrier is created for businesses who do not comply with set rules. And last but not least, how does it affect the accounting profession? Essentially, it doesn't really affect it. Well, it does affect it, but not positive or negative. It's pretty neutral, and it just essentially creates more work for audit and assurance accountant because that framework creates a higher audit risk, makes independent audit opinions more expensive because there has to be more substantive testing in place. But in the end, this might even be positive for auditors because there will be more work, which means that employment is secured and it increases the demand of auditors after all. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Please let me know if you have any questions or concerns about the content you just heard about, and enjoy the rest of your day.